Alright, hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel, Super the Soul Tarot. So we're going to get into another reading today. Let me just take a sip of water here. And our focus in this reading is going to be for those that are predominantly ruled by Mars. My intention is for those people that have nakshatras ruled by Mars specifically. So Mrigashira, Dhanishta, and Chitra. Okay. All of those fall within the element of earth. Okay. So there will be an earth element associated with those nakshatras. And will have some kind of Mars flare, Mars influence. However, if you are also somebody that has heavy Scorpio or Aries in your chart, that's fine as well. Take this, of course, as it resonates. So let's get into this reading. All right. Spirit, please guide me into this reading. I'm getting a reluctance to express, a reluctance to share. It's like the first thing I'm feeling. So maybe you're closed off, or you just don't want other people to kind of see your thought process or who you really are on a deeper level. There's some kind of like mask that I feel. And I feel like this is some kind of mask of protection. You know? You don't want people to get too close. For September 2024. Alright, so we have the Wheel. Never to suffer, would never to have been blessed. The Hanged One, there are two bodies, the rudimental and the complete, corresponding with the two conditions of the worm and the butterfly. Death, the boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where the one ends and where the other begins? Oh gosh, so there's a lot of dramaticism here. There's a lot of dramaticism here. Bottom of the deck, we have Three of Paws. With these materials and with the aid of my trowel, I began vigorously to wall up the entrance of the niche. Interesting. Oh, wow, yeah, look. In this depiction here, this is an Edgar Allan Poe deck, by the way. So Edgar Allan Poe is kind of building a wall here, or closing off this wall, but this is somebody that is kind of building a wall, or ensuring there is a wall between himself and whatever is beyond it, And so again, I feel like that it represents you. I think you kind of like your own space. You don't like it when people are in your business, you know what I mean? It's like you don't want people to see too closely at what you have going on. And maybe that's because you feel like there's a lot of chaos in your own life. Maybe you feel ashamed of what's going on in your own home or in your own personal life, or maybe you don't want people to see, you know, your shadow side or what you would consider ugly, you know, maybe because it would be really frowned upon, okay, in society here. We have the Hanged One here, right, in the middle. And for one, I definitely feel like you love your sleep. You love your sleep. You like to isolate and kind of be in your own world. You don't like to be disturbed. I also feel like you feel powerless. Or you don't want to turn the wheel here, or make a decision, or to take action on something, maybe because you know that with each decision comes a consequence, and maybe you're not ready for whatever that consequence is because you can't really see where this is going. And it's terrifying to make a decision if you don't already know what the outcome is most likely to be. You know? Wow, the Hanged One and Death. So, I do feel like you're still going to make this decision. You're still going to participate, or you're still going to take a step forward into the unknown. However, it's just because maybe you just have to resign yourself to this idea that, you know what, I'm not in control. At the very end, there is going to be, you know, some kind of ending. It's a matter of how I get there, you know, or just wondering about how this is going to end. I also feel like romance is on your mind. A partner is on your mind. Maybe you hope one day that you guys will come to like a resolution about something, or there will be a reconciliation here. Okay. I do feel like for most of you, though, this is reconciliation, hoping for this to come back together again, but needing to let go of the outcome. I also want to note there's a lot of double numbers here, or numbers with double digits. We have 10, 12, 13, you know. So that I feel like that kind of represents things being outside of your control. Like there's a lot of things going on around you. Or maybe there's always like another person involved, or feeling as if something else is affecting you. And again, because you're the Hanged One, you feel out of control. So let's see what else is going on here. Maybe you also feel like you're repeating cycles, like each story is the same. All right. We have Aquarius energy. And again, we have another number with a double digit. 1, 1. Interesting. Notice we have consecutive numbers here. We have 10, 11, 12, 13. It's interesting. So yeah, I definitely think that the wheel is turning. Things I feel like are happening kind of like one step at a time. There's no avoiding this. I feel like this is fate. This is destiny. You know, something feels fixed with this Aquarius energy here. Maybe you feel like your fate is fixed, and again, like you feel like you have no say in the matter. Like this is really outside of your control. So to think that your decision is actually going to change what you want the outcome to be is just not going to happen. However, with Aquarius energy, I do feel like there is this inner desire to try. This desire to have a renewed sense of hope. And maybe this comes because you have to embrace the fact that this is, you know, your journey, and you have to own your own journey. And so why not embrace that head on? I'm hearing face the music. I also want to note here that I think that for these Mars ruled nakshatras, I believe you guys are towards the end of each earth sign. So for instance, Mrigashira is towards the end of Taurus and into some parts of Gemini, and the same for Denisha being at the end of Capricorn going into the sign of Aquarius. And yeah, I feel like there is like some kind of transition state here we're talking about from earth to air, or a fixed point to embracing change. Not sure about give me 1 second here. Let me just double check the Chitra Nakshatra. Oh yeah, okay. Chitra Nakshatra is end of Virgo and the beginning of Libra. Okay, sorry. I don't know if I accidentally mentioned Swati instead of Chitra because I just did Rahu Ruled Nakshatras prior to this video, so I might have gotten those two mixed up. But if I did say Svati, I meant Chitra, and maybe the fact that I accidentally brought Svati into this, or maybe I didn't and now I'm thinking about Swati. Either way, maybe that energy applies here. And we do have the energy of air with the Aquarius energy. Okay. So I definitely feel like this has to do with change. Or feeling as if I'm hearing going along with the winds of change. So maybe that circles back to having to just accept whatever your destiny is. Whether you agree with it or not, maybe is not really something you feel like you have control over. All right, let's pull a few more oracle cards here. Maybe you also feel like you have no choice. Like I'm picturing somebody who is being held at knife point specifically, or like gunpoint, feeling as if you're forced into something. So this could be, for some, maybe like an arranged marriage. Or maybe you went into a circumstance feeling as if it wasn't truly what you wanted. Okay. We have 34 Octopus Fairy. On the inside, you have a lot of fear. You have a lot of fear. Maybe you feel little and scared on the inside. I do feel like you might be protective. Maybe you're protective of like a child. Or just being protective of something that holds a lot of sentimental value to you. And maybe fearing as if somebody is going to rip that apart from you or take that away from you. Interesting. So this has something to do with sacrifice. So for example, maybe you have like a new start at something, but in order for you to have this new start, you do have to sacrifice something here. This kind of reminds me of like, I don't know what your situation may be, but this kind of reminds me of somebody feeling like they have to lie, maybe, or maybe get into like a marriage or commitment or some form of commitment, but maybe that required them to have to give up their child, you know, because maybe the man that you were committing to, for example, doesn't want you to have children that's not his, and maybe this was from like a previous engagement or like a previous like relationship or something like this. It's like I had to get rid of this child in order to move forward. I had to separate myself. And I kind of want to go back to that mask idea, because I just realized that in this Aquarius card, it does appear to me as if he's holding a mask. Maybe it's split in two and he's holding each half on each arm. But yeah, I just feel like for some reason you have to pretend. And maybe after getting into this, maybe you're deciding, you know, maybe that's one facet of myself that I can't bring up, or I had to give up, but I'm no longer giving up any other aspect of myself, you know? I'm not gonna let anyone take anything else away from me. Wow, that is powerful, that is deep. Alright. What advice do you have, Spirit? Okay. So we have divine nudges. And this says, synchronicities and so-called coincidences are clear signs that Spirit is knocking at your door. These blessings and signs of grace are not just mere coincidences, but are evidence that you are and always will be connected to Spirit. I'm not going to read that whole card here, but I'm hearing you have to trust the process here. And I feel like you have, in some ways, no choice but to kind of commit to this and to see where this is going to lead you. I also feel like you're transcending something here. By committing yourself to whatever this is, or committing yourself to a contract, by accepting this contract, it may be painful, it may be challenging, it may be something you partially don't want to do, but I feel like by committing to it, somehow you kind of transcend it. So maybe you have to go through this in order to work through or burn your karma. Maybe by doing this, some kind of cycle completes itself. And maybe if it's a cord between you and somebody else, this will naturally just sever, you know? I think something comes to some kind of completion here. I'm also going to read Octopus Fairy, just because I really love these descriptions. Okay. So it says, draw upon your creative intelligence and ability to outsmart and possibly even deceive. It may benefit you to pretend to blend in or to temporarily hold the shape of something you aren't. Like the octopus, be patient, stealthy, and wise. This fairy is a shapeshifter. Sometimes she manifests as an octopus and other times as a lovely little goth girl. In either case, her appearance is even more fluid. She can be seen in many ways and through many lenses depending on what will most benefit her at any given time. Octopi are soft and sensitive creatures, making it necessary and natural for them to protect themselves in unique and inventive ways. They are intelligent, fluid, and adaptable, with exceptionally large and capable brains. Now you must be like the octopus. Don't take the obvious path. Don't draw attention to yourself, and don't act before thoroughly thinking things through. While deception is often not the most honorable tack, There are times when you must employ intrigue and subterfuge for your own safety or to effectively change your situation for the better. For example, if you're working with a job you dislike, this may be a message to do your best to persevere for a bit longer, pretending to fit in while you prepare for your next career move. Or if you know or suspect you need to leave a problematic partnership, this is likely a nudge to map out your escape route, talk with trusted advisors and friends, and secretly arrange for travel and lodging before you announce your plans to leave. In any case, be sure to listen, research, and observe before acting, and do your best to fly under the radar to achieve your aim. Otherwise, others will share more with you if they don't perceive you as a threat. No one can stop you if no one knows what you're doing. In this situation, sensitivity, secrecy, and flexibility are assets. Cannily make use of them, and you will succeed. Okay. So, yeah. That is your reading. If that resonated, please hit the like button and maybe hit the follow button as well. I also will be posting this on my YouTube channel, Suit for the Soul Tarot, which you can find through the link in my bio if you do want to rewatch this from the beginning or check out the other readings I have posted on there as well. I recently posted the Moon Ruled reading, so if you want to check that out, you are more than welcome to. And this is the end of the reading, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys again. I think I'll be doing one more live reading. If you guys want to join me there, I welcome you there. All right, bye guys.